Hello. Good morning. Welcome to Spaced Out at Present. Today we are going to do what does your inner child need? But first we're gonna do a collective reading. And how we're gonna do that is we'll draw cards for each pile, of course, and then read it individually and then read it as a whole. So that's what we'll do. Where we move on to pile 1, 2, and 3. And then you can choose after that. So let's get to it. Oh no. Sometimes there is. Oh my God. Is it a bad shuffle day? Am I not supposed to shuffle, you guys? Oh no. Okay, let's try again. This is like my first time in my life that I've had long nails. So it's very new to me. Um, my work doesn't allow long nails. So I'm on, I'm in transition. We'll see how it goes. Okay. Pile one. Pile one. Please come through. Collective reading for everyone and pile one, but mainly pile one. No drops. Okay, so we'll just draw. Okay, so that would be the Six of Swords reverse. Are we not getting enough rest? Are we forgetting that you do not need to earn rest? Oh boy. Maybe you should give it a break. Okay, pile two, what do we have going on with you? Oh yeah, just a minute. Let me bring that up for you. I'm getting a little bit of sheen. There you are. Okay, pile two and collective. What are we doing? What's going on? Okay, so we got six of coins. Um, we're attending to daily tasks. Things are calm. We're just not sure which direction we want to go yet. Maybe a bit of daydreaming. But we're just going through the motions at the moment. Some of us are enjoying that process still. Okay, pile three, collective. What is going on? Mhm. It didn't want me to pull it. I tried. There we go. And we got death upright, pile three. So it's almost like accepting the transition that's going on, and we're experiencing. Are we embracing it finally? I know that came up in the last reading. Alrighty. So I'm gonna let you all take a moment and pick your piles. Okay. So first, I'm just gonna clear the veil. There will be no transitions here because I had feedback that my transitions were like a bit choppy. So until I get better at that. Oh yeah, I was doing a collective reading. My bad. I spaced out. See, that is why we're now spaced out in the present. What was I doing? Silly me. All right, let's go back. Okay, so we're gonna read these all together. So we're not taking with like we're just going through the motions and not resting enough, not taking the time to rest at all. And it's almost like since we're going through this transition, it's like the daily things, just going through the motions is what's getting us through because we are like, there's no big aha moments. There's no, oh yeah, this is it. There's no like, I should take time for myself and rest. And rest is not earned, rest is a right. Without sleep and rest, you just can't function properly. Okay. So remember, sometimes it's okay to just step away from the daily things or the big things. So, what else do we have? Mm, alrighty, let's see. Oh my goodness. What is this? Oh, Four of Wands. You really want the Four of Wands ending, but we're not there yet. Alright, we just don't have all the pillars of stability that we need. Okay? Or the foundation for that matter. Maybe we have the seed or the idea or just the beginning, but it's not ready to grow. Maybe you're not. Who knows? But overall, like, this is just showing the process versus like, oh, we've done all this work and we got what we wanted. No, this is the process. It's tough. It's boring. It's draining. It's depressing sometimes. It's just what is, it just is that way. And it takes a lot to get through the process of whenever you're changing yourself or your situation. Sometimes there's just a lot to do, and sometimes there's not that much to do, and it's just a waiting game. So, all right, we're gonna put that away. We're gonna move on to pile one now. As we get more people, things will start popping out, different things. Um, for now, it won't. It may or may not resonate well, and it just may seem very general. But that's just because we're in the beginning stages of this journey. So, okay, pile one. What do you have? What does your inner child need other than rest? Maybe some play. Are we not expressing ourselves with the Six of Swords here? Hmm. Maybe it just feels like whatever we say is in defeat. Okay, what does your inner child need? Pile one. No drops. Hmm. You have two swords. The Hermit. Two cups. And the Nine of Wands. Reverse. Okay, with this Two of Swords reverse, we're no longer at the standstill that we were in the past. We have decided to move on and be more introspective, or even be the epitome of the hermit and go on our own journey alone. What we see with the Two of Cups is we're seeing a deepening of relationship either with ourselves or another person emotionally. And it's like rather new and refreshing. And there's this sense of vulnerability from the Nine of Wands because Nine of Wands upright denotes vigilance and being on guard. But here we're letting our guard down, and our inner child is really reaching out and saying it's okay to be vulnerable and to be emotional again. You know, it's okay to say what we need for ourselves. It's okay to be selfish. Let's see. Yeah, this is all about letting down our guard. What else do you have for pile one? Okay, Knight of Wands. Okay, Knight of Wands. A Knight of Wands. Very much that young, youthful, passionate, playful energy. So don't be afraid to go out and be with friends or meet new people and let your light shine so much and be vulnerable about who you really are. And just don't be afraid. Like, it's okay to be vulnerable again. And who cares what other people say at this point? They're not like the people who are gonna listen, and the people who aren't. So, not a care in the world. Look, he's just dressing a lion. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty simple. Um, Astrologically, what do we have here? We got Aquarius. Lots of air signs actually with these swords out, and fire, and a water sign, Pisces, and yeah, Aries, Leo, Sag. So some of you might have that in your other planets that help you express and deal with people. Just Mars, Virgo, not Virgo. Why did I say Virgo? Mars, Venus, Mercury. No, you may look into your Chiron to help heal that wound. So, isn't it kind of like a Cancer wound? Oh, I'll have to relook that up, the Chiron wounds, but here we go. All right, see you later, pile one. Okay, pile two. You've had 6 of coins. Okay. And this denotes like going through the motions, but also like maladaptive dreaming and just daydreaming in general about like the future or the past and just being a bit busy. Okay, we're gonna shuffle them. Yeah, I should take those another one. Also, I adjusted my audio settings because I realized it was cutting out as well. So we'll see. Okay. Uh-uh. No. Bad. Okay. Inner child for pile two. What does her inner child need? What does pile two's inner child need? Mm, 5 of Wands. Reverse. Three of Pentacles reverse. The Star. Justice reverse. Okay. This is different. So, all reversals. So with this Five of Wands reversed, maybe you're just avoiding conflict. It's like you're avoiding people in general with here with the Three of Pentacles. You don't want to work with them, you don't want conflict. You're just keeping to yourself in your like own world with the Six of Coins. But with that and the Star in reverse, it's not very healthy. Because the Star is hope in upright position, and we're seeing a lot like when you don't have the Star upright, it's denoting depression. Like, we can't do anything about this. I can't do anything about that. I can't work with those people because they don't listen, or I can't work with these people because they're so hard to deal with. They always start stuff, that those type of thoughts. And it's like you're being a Debbie Downer. And you feel like there's some type of injustice here, but like you're doing an injustice to yourself, not interacting with anyone, not using your voice, not having hope or working with anyone, and not dealing with conflict is still dealing with conflict because that's avoidance. I mean, that's just how you chose, and if you avoid it, it's never gonna change. It's just gonna make you feel more depressed at the end of the day. And sometimes we have to go get justice for ourselves instead of waiting for the universe, God, or hoping other people stand up for us. It's not okay. Because sometimes that it will never happen sometimes if we don't go out and get it ourselves. Do you have any? So the inner child just feels like they, so your inner child needs to probably use their voice and take action at this point. But can you clarify, please? Okay. Yeah. Okay. So we got the Emperor. So the Emperor is a very stable and reliable person. And with this inner child reading, I would say you're probably someone who grew up too fast. So you like things to be orderly and such. And maybe you need to learn that it's okay for things to be a mess. And it just feels like everything's unfair. Maybe you're very black and white. Maybe you're on the spectrum a bit where you're just like, it needs to be a certain way for you to interact. But this is denoting like you can be a part of it and in control while not being like directly in it, especially for conflicts. You can work with people but not be like directly there. So this is just learning how to like be stable not only in yourself, but be stable in yourself around people when you interact with them. Yeah, okay. Six of coins, six of cups. So we're not only going through the daily motions, but we confirmed what I was saying earlier. Living in the past, being immature, just playing fantasy because we only like how we play. So this is denoting not only that you may need to have more fun, but you need to do something that is out of the box and with others, you know, not just where you're always in control. Because otherwise, like, do you want friends who are just puppets? Or you are always like, do you really want to know them? Hmm. And yes, it may seem safer to be in this like own world that you're creating for yourself, you're just going through the daily motions and you're keeping to yourself, but that's not really helping you towards what you need, which is justice. So it's time to start, taking control like the emperor and start communicating and dealing with conflicts. So this is actually not what your inner child needs. This is more of a you need to grow up, take a stand, set some boundaries, and get stuff done instead of playing small. So, all right, pile two. Here we go. See you all later. All right, pile three had death. So this will be really particular for those who are in a transition of some sort, moving to a new home, new job, new place, new relationship, new outlook, perspectives, where your old self is dying. The way you used to deal with things is just not the way you're going to be dealing with things. And you're going to be finding yourself being a little inconsistent here and there. That is the way of transformation. Things are not always consistent, but we'll see where it goes. And it just might seem confusing. You might just be tired. Death is like, whenever it comes up for me, I'm like, I'm so fucking tired. Oh no, let's see. What does pile three's inner child need right now? What does pile three's inner child need? Okay, we're gonna have a tower. Yes, you are gonna be in this for a while, okay? There are gonna be no sudden changes, maybe subtle changes, but nothing like aha or ooh. It's just gonna be like, oh, that. So you might feel it's stagnant or unnoticeable, like, but you're like still something's happening. All right, what else do we got? This inner child. As we're going through this transformation, what does the inner child need? We got that Nine of Wands reverse again. Wheel of Fortune reverse. The Emperor again. You got a little bit of pile one and two here. Let's see. I'm gonna give it a shuffle. Okay, Ten of Pentacles. Okay, Nine of Wands reverse. Wheel of Fortune reverse. The Emperor. And the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so remember this is not gonna be a feel good process. We're gonna just feel like we feel very vulnerable right now, unprotected. We might even be more hyper vigilant despite this being in reverse with the Nine of Wands. And then the Wheel of Fortune, it's in reverse. So it's something more, while you might feel like you're in an unfortunate circumstance, you just might have bad timing in like when you bring things up or with your decisions sometimes. And we need to follow our intuition more and logic like and balance that with our logic because the Emperor is very good with dealing with both. Like he's very knowledgeable, he's very much logic, but he also knows when to listen, not only to himself but to others, because the emperor or a king doesn't do anything by himself, right? He's just the one who has the final say. So some of you need to delegate at work and just trust the people who have the knowledge to do what they're supposed to do or what they need to do to help you, because this Ten of Pentacle dream can become reality if you let it happen, all right? So this is like, I think pile two also had this, was the control issues, where they just like, in order to protect themselves, they're avoiding everything, which is also a way to feel like you're in control. But this is warning you not to be like over controlling or micromanaging yourself or others. All right. You need to work with your spirit team, your friends, your coworkers. You need to work with everyone to make this dream happen. All right. Ears open and eyes on the ball, so to speak. And sometimes you gotta think, is it worth like throwing a stone in a glass house or throwing a stone at the window? Like you may see it clearly, but others may be seeing something differently, as we see with the stained glass. They might see the stained glass. You might see the castle, or vice versa. But is it really worth throwing the stone through it? You got the ball. You got the ball here too, technically a peach egg. And you got an egg here. There's a lot of egg orb symbolism here. So you have it. Just know you have it. It's just, you gotta ask yourself, is it worth throwing around right now? So, let's see. So what would be the inner child message? Because I always try to set a topic and then it kind of veers off here. So maybe I should just start doing these readings and then put the title. Who knows? But I would say avoid being impulsive. Like your inner child needs to learn some patience and planning and being open. Like being impulsive will can make things tumbling down. So you need to be patient for the right timing, all right? Like this, like the lightning doesn't just strike out of nowhere all the time. Like you can hear how many times you can hear the thunder before the lightning, right? So you need to listen for that. Okay, that is what I have for you, Pile 3. I know that was a bit confusing, and I hope everyone has a great day. And we'll see you at the next video. Thank you very much. Bye bye. Oh, yeah. Like and follow if this was helpful.